The holographic projection flickered in the center of the United Earth Assembly Chamber, displaying the 7 species of the Galactic Council in all their alien majesty. Abigail Chen stood at the podium, her jaw clenched as the verdict echoed through the hall. By unanimous decision, the Karathi representative announced, its crystalline voice reverberating, humanity is hereby exiled from Galactic Council territory. You have 72 standard hours to evacuate all human presence beyond the designated exile zone. Christopher Hayes, Earth's military liaison, watched from the observation deck as Abigail's knuckles whitened against the podium's edge. He knew that look. She wasn't about to beg. Understood, Abigail replied, her voice steady as steel. We'll be gone in 48. The council members exchanged glances or, what passed 4 glances among their varied anatomies. They had expected pleading, perhaps even threats. Not immediate compliance. Christopher was already moving before the transmission ended, his boots echoing down the corridor as he pulled up his comlink. Operation Exodus is greenlit. I repeat, Exodus is go. Across human-occupied space, the response was instantaneous. Not panic, not desperation, purpose. The galaxy had called humanity too aggressive, too unpredictable, too dangerous to coexist with civilized species. They had pointed to Earth's violent history, its tendency toward conflict, its refusal to submit to the Council's guidance. What they had failed to understand was that humans had learned long ago how to turn adversity into opportunity. Abigail arrived at the military command center within the hour. Christopher was already coordinating with fleet commanders across 6 sectors. Holographic displays showed thousands of human vessels, colony ships, mining operations, research stations, merchant convoys all beginning their withdrawal. Status report, Abigail demanded. Christopher pulled up a system-wide tactical display. 93% of civilian assets are mobile and en route to rendezvous points. Military assets are escorting. We're stripping every research station, every outpost, every piece of human technology down to the bolts. Good. Abigail's eyes gleamed with something that made Christopher smile despite the circumstances. What about the Kepler stations? Already transmitting final data bursts. Nothing stays behind. Not one invention, not one discovery, not one innovation. He zoomed in on a series of installations. We're even taking the agricultural platforms. Let them figure out how to feed their colonies without our crop optimization algorithms. The Galactic Council had grown dependent on human ingenuity without realizing it. Human engineers had solved problems that had stumped alien civilizations for centuries. Human doctors had revolutionized xenomedicine. Human traders had established the most efficient logistics networks in known space. And now, all of it was leaving. Within 24 hours, the exodus was visible from Council monitoring stations. Entire human settlements dismantled and loaded onto generation ships. Mining colonies evacuated, their equipment stripped away, leaving only empty tunnels. Research facilities went dark, their data wiped, their breakthroughs departing with their creators. The Karathi Council member contacted Abigail directly, its crystalline form appearing in her ready room aboard the flagship Indomitable. Your evacuation is proceeding rapidly, it observed, a note of uncertainty in its translated voice. You gave us 72 hours, Abigail replied coolly. We're honoring that deadline, yes, but the alien hesitated. We did not expect you to dismantle everything. Surely some infrastructure could remain for whom? Abigail interrupted. You exiled us. Did you think we'd leave you gifts? Christopher appeared beside her, adding, every station, every satellite, every piece of technology humanity built it's ours. We're taking it all. The council members' form flickered with what might have been alarm. But the medical facilities on Proxima Station treat 17 species. The agricultural platforms feed billions. Then you'll need to find new solutions, Abigail said flatly. We have 36 hours remaining. Was there anything else? The transmission cut abruptly by hour 40. The scope of humanity's departure became devastatingly clear to the Galactic Council. Trade routes collapsed without human logistics coordination. Medical emergencies went unanswered without human xenomedical specialists. Engineering problems the humans had solved in hours now sat unsolved for days. The intricate web of interdependence the Council had ignored suddenly became impossible to miss. Christopher stood beside Abigail on the bridge of the Indomitable as the final human vessels cleared Council space. Behind them, dozens of alien civilizations scrambled to fill the void. Navigation has confirmed our trajectory, he reported. We're heading for the Perseus Arm. Deep survey probes identified 300 potentially habitable systems in unclaimed space. Abigail nodded, watching the starfield ahead. And our technology advantage, significant and growing. Without access to human innovation, the Council species are already falling behind. Our R&D teams estimate we'll be a century ahead in practical applications within a decade. She smiled, cold and confident. They wanted to exile the aggressive, dangerous humans. Instead, they've unleashed us. No council oversight. No restrictions on our military development. No limitations on our expansion. Christopher pulled up a projection showing potential human territory in the uncharted regions. It dwarfed current council space. The irony is almost poetic. They feared what we might become under their watch. Now they'll discover what we become without it. Messages were already arriving from splinter council factions individual species, quietly reaching out, requesting continued trade agreements, technological exchanges, mutual defense pacts, all without the Council's knowledge. Abigail authorized Christopher to respond to select inquiries. Remind them, she instructed, that they voted for our exile. If they want humanity's friendship now, they'll negotiate as equals. No council superiority, no condescension, and if the council tries to interfere with our new territories, her expression hardened, then they'll learn exactly why they feared us in the first place. The Indomitable jumped to faster than light speed, leading humanity's armada into the unknown. Behind them, the Galactic Council faced the consequences of their decision. Ahead lay unlimited potential, uncharted worlds, and the freedom to forge their own. Destiny, the galaxy, had voted to exile Earths. Humanity hadn't waited to be asked. Twice, and the Council would spend the next century wondering if they had just made the greatest strategic mistake in galactic history, the end.